Hello everyone. So today I've got another jacket to review. I mentioned it in my previous jacket review for my Blake Headley, but this one is a black leather jacket from Schott or Schott NYC. It's the LC1380 leather jacket. So I'm going to quickly move on to the first impressions and general observations. As you can see, it's quite kind of got a slight kind of shiny sort of finish with kind of hardish but very smooth leather. Pretty solid feeling. I'm going to put it on to show you the fit. You've seen in the intro, so I have me wearing it there. But as I've said in previous videos, I'm about 6'1", between 6'1" and 6'2". And I usually have a 40 chest, and this is a large size, so you can see the fit on me. And if you go back to the intro, you can see how it fits when I'm standing up. Yeah, it's a pretty good fit, kind of down to around the belt line there. So the first half of this review, because this has a removable gilet for colder weather, so the first half of this review I'm going to do without the gilet, and then I'll switch to a video where I put it in, because yeah, I want to come on to that in the kind of negative section, even though it's useful, but also has some negative features. So, so moving on to the positives of this jacket. So it has a very kind of high quality feel and finish. I really like the finish on it, and everything just feels really well put together, like all the seams and all of that sort of thing. Like it's all very well made. So, and as soon as you see it or feel it, like in a shop, you'll see that. You can tell that it's just a very high quality kind of leather jacket. And I've had this now for about 2 years. I think I got it in autumn 2019, and it's now 2021. So, you know, in terms of the creasing, you can see there's very little creasing, like not much in the way of creases at all. This, if you notice, is where I kind of crashed into something and it slashed it, but I hit the thing pretty hard, and it was kind of like a sort of like a nail sticking out of a wall. It wasn't a nail, but it was like a pointy thing sticking out of a wall, so that was very hard for that to happen. But in general, it's hardly creased at all, to be honest, over the time I've had it, which I like, because I don't like overly creased leather. So yeah, I think it's definitely going to last in that sense. In terms of like the weather resistance, yeah, it's obviously quite waterproof because it's just leather. It doesn't let any wind get through. I mean, if you have this on, there's no wind coming through this thing at all. So obviously that insulates you in one way from the cold. In general, it's fairly okay in terms of the cold weather. It will keep you'll be aware that there's cold outside the jacket. Like it's not like you feel cozy, if that makes sense. But you definitely do feel like it keeps the cold off. So when it's very cold, you get a sense that there's cold outside the jacket, but it still does kind of keep you warm. And then even more so when you have the gilet in, then that keeps you pretty insulated. Again, it's not got that cozy feel because it doesn't have like fur inside or anything, but you definitely keep the cold out, the cold wind, and just like the cold in general. It's pretty warm in that sense. And I'll come on to the negatives of it being heavy, but as it's quite heavyweight, if you're kind of moving around a lot, just through the nature of like carrying a heavier weight, it seems to kind of warm you up a bit. So I guess that's a good thing when it's really cold. So yeah, there's that. Pockets wise, it's really good in terms of pockets. It's got these two pockets on the outside, which are pretty sturdy, and they've got kind of like a what do you call it, a button thing that you can press in. And then it actually has, within those pockets, like it's also got zips. So you've got kind of another pocket. So you've essentially got kind of 4 pockets outside, even though those 2 on each side take up the same sort of internal space. But that's pretty cool because you can put things you really want secured into the zips area. And then on the outside, you've got these kind of easy pockets with the button. And then on the inside, you've got a pocket on this side that also has a kind of button fastener, and another one on the right as well, which has a slightly differently designed one. Doesn't come over. Another one, so you've got plenty of pocket choices, which is really good. And then you also have this one. I've never used this one because it's got this kind of zip that's a bit hidden, but if you really wanted to, you could use that as well. So that's pretty cool. And I like clothing to have as many pockets as possible, so for me this is great. It also has this removable kind of like collar, fur collar. I haven't really removed that much, but if you do want to take it off, I'll put in a little clip here just to show what it looks like with that collar taken off, because I can't be bothered to just do it right now. But yeah, I'll put a clip in to show that, and it gives it kind of a different look, kind of a bit sleeker in a way, although it looks less warm, if that makes sense. So yeah, all around, like, the quality's great. It's quite versatile, and yeah, just like feels like it's going to last forever as well. So it's quite a good investment. So I'm going to move on to the negatives now. Let me just change the video. So I'm back, and I've now zipped in the gilet, which is for colder weather. As you can see, it's got these two internal zips, and you kind of zip it in there. And then it has kind of a few buckle bits that you do on the other side of it, which you can't see now. The gilet has its own pocket inside here, though not on the right, so you lose a pocket when you use it, but apart from that, the only issue I have with it is it sort of bulks the bottom of the jacket, which I'm not a great fan of. It does start to make it feel a little bit bulky, and I have noticed sometimes in kind of pictures that this is kind of sticking out a little bit, which I don't think is ideal. But it's not a major consideration. The gilet obviously adds versatility once it gets really cold. It gives an extra layer of kind of warmth to the jacket, so it makes it, yeah, even more versatile for cold weather. So I think that's in general a plus, but I do think the bulk of the gilet is not great. So another thing is that the fur on the jacket, like, unfortunately, it doesn't feel that high quality. It's a little bit hard. I would have preferred a softer, kind of nicer fur. And you can see also the collar rests a little bit high. It doesn't rest right down. So it kind of sticks up a little bit, which I would prefer it not to be like that, to be honest. I prefer if it was a bit flatter at the back and came down a little bit lower. But these are all small things. The main negative of this jacket, in my opinion, is that it is, and it's kind of a negative that is a result of the quality of it, and the kind of, like, generally I like the fact that it's kind of solid feeling, kind of like that, but the one thing with that is that it does make it pretty heavy. Like, it's kind of not that flexible, and it's very heavy, which does mean that if you're kind of walking around in it a lot, or if you're wanting to do something active or go for a long walk, even though obviously immediately the heaviness is not going to have a massive effect on you, it does mean that you start to feel the weight of it. So it also makes me a bit apprehensive about it if I'm looking at kind of what I'm going to wear for the day. Then looking at this, I'm kind of like, oh, okay, if I wear this, I'm going to be kind of weighed down. It's going to be a bit more difficult to walk long distances. Not difficult, but it's going to make it a bit more of a hassle, basically, to do stuff like that. Obviously, in very cold weather, in a way, it kind of makes it better, because you kind of feel like, oh, I'm going to have this kind of heavy, warm jacket, or at least it's going to keep all the cold out, like, and all that, even if it's not particularly cozy. But in terms of the implications on, like, doing active stuff or anything like that, or like long walks and stuff, or just walking, like, if you're going out for a day and you don't really know where that day's going to end up, you do feel a little bit like, oh, if I wear that, it's going to be super heavy. I'm not going to feel completely, like, free to walk and be light on my feet. You do get that kind of feeling about it when you're familiar with the jacket. So it does lead me to probably wear it a little bit less than I would. But yeah, so that's kind of the negatives covered. There's not that many. It's just the weight is the main one, I would say. And let me see. So moving on to kind of lifestyle and uses for this. Well, obviously it's quite a good all-rounder in terms of casual clothing. Obviously it's not really smart, but it's kind of serious looking. It goes with a lot of stuff because it's black, like goes with practically any sort of internal, knitwear color and that sort of thing. I feel like because of the fact that you can take the gilet out as well, I can wear this almost in midsummer because it doesn't have any fur or anything in it. Even if you're kind of in sweaty weather, You can still kind of wear this. I mean, obviously the weight just means that if it's kind of very hot, then you will get quite sweaty if you're kind of walking around in it. But yeah, it's quite a large weather range you can use this in, especially given the gilet for colder weather. So that's good. But yeah, it's quite serious looking. I do find that if I'm standing outside a venue, like a club or a bar or stuff, I get people coming up to me and just like taking out their ID or saying how much is it and stuff like that, because like I'm not security here, but it does make you kind of look like that if you're wearing this, especially me. I've got a shaved head and I'm quite tall, so but yeah, so I like it. Like in terms of style, I can wear this quite a lot, and I do enjoy the look. Well, yeah, so I think I've gone over the different weather uses and all of that. So yeah, lifestyle, that's covered. In terms of value for money, I think this was, I think I got it at full price, and it was about $350. So for a jacket that's probably going to last, upwards of 10 years, maybe even like 20 years, and is a good all-rounder and it's like so versatile, I think that's pretty decent price. Like if you look at leather jackets that are well made from other places, I mean like, Bell stuff and stuff like that, you're looking at like $1,000 for one of those. And to me, this is very good quality. I mean, I don't really see why you'd pay more. All the kind of labeling and everything is just, it's got embossed labels all over that look very nice and give it that high quality feel. All the buttons, like I said, all the seams, everything. So I think it's definitely good value for money. I think Schott NYC are actually like the best value for money leather jacket company in business right now. It's hard to get it directly from them because you have to get imported and stuff, but I think Amazon stock these as well. So, and Amazon had them for around that price. I think it might be a little bit more than $350. I actually got mine from a kind of military surplus type store in East London. If you're curious about where that was, leave a comment and I can give you the address. I can't remember it exactly right now. I don't know if they still stock them because it was a while ago. But yeah. So moving on to my overall rating, I think that I would give this jacket, I've got 8 out of 10 written down on here because of the weight. But you know what? I think that because I wear this so much and I like it so much, I'm going to have to give this a 9 out of 10. It really is. And having put in the gilet again, it's getting colder now. And I've just remembered actually that it has the gilet. It was in my drawer and I put it in and now I'm feeling like how warm this can be. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because it's still probably my favorite jacket out of all of the ones I have. And yeah, very versatile and very good value for money. So can't justify giving it lower than that. Yeah, if you have a chance and you want a leather jacket, I think absolutely go out and get yourself one of these. They're really great and so many good points. So as always, thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe if you found it useful and you're interested in future reviews. I'll be doing various clothing, tech, and kind of other reviews of anything I find nice that I've bought. And yeah, if you have any questions about this or any other products that I've reviewed, please leave a comment and I'll try to respond with any questions you have. All right, thank you very much.